Hey guys, Sandy here and welcome back to my channel. It is Follow a Sketch Friday. Yay, it is back now that 30 Days of Sketches is finished. And the sketch I'm going to use is from Split Coast Stampers by Cheryl Even. It calls for 2 4x6 photos and has it even has measurements. I'm not doing measurements, guys. I'm doing my own thing. I have 2 photos. This is of my husband at his most recent birthday this year. And I have the June 2022 stencil of the month, some modeling placed, and some sprinkles. So let's see what I can do. Alright, you guys, if you watched yesterday's video, you know that the photos that I showed you at the beginning of this video are not the photos I used because those photos were used yesterday. So I thought that this idea I had would have been good for those photos, but I had better photos. So I'm taking the June stencil of the month from Scrapping Reflections, and it is a triple dripple stencil. Yes, triple dripple. So I make up the stencil names in my head, and sometimes they make it onto the website where they're named that way, and sometimes they are just named that way in my head. Luckily, this is a stencil of the month, so it was only available to be purchased if you are subscribed by June. So I can call it the triple dripple stencil, and nobody needs to be like, that's a dumb name, or what in the world is a triple dripple, or I don't have to think about something else that needs to go on the website. So I took molding paste and went through, and then I have these sprinkles, and I'm going to go ahead and dump them out and push them into the molding paste so that I will have a nice ice creamy, drippy feeling. Now I am going to put this off to the side to dry, and this is, in the meantime, while it's drying, this is where I realize, oh, I have ice cream photos. This would be even better than birthday. So I'm going to push the little sprinkles in there, and then I cut it out and neglected to turn on the camera while I was cutting it out, but you guys have seen me cut things plenty of times. So I have 2 pieces of paper. This colorful one up at the top is a basic gray from Lime Ricky, and then the one underneath is a paper house paper, and I can't remember exactly what it's from, but it's one of those staple paper house papers. I was on the paper house design team for a couple years, and I have quite the collection of paper house papers, many duplicates, because so many of their papers are just good basics papers. Like this star paper on this side is just a good basics deep paper, right? Like, it's one that you can use over and over again because it's a good generic color. It's not themed. Anyway, I got a whole bunch of them. So I am going to place my drippy ice cream here, and it will kind of represent the line in the sketch. So I do go off sketch. I mean, Follow a Sketch Friday. It's the first day back after 30 days of sketches, and I'm already going off sketch. But it's fine, you guys. It's fine. So I'm going to add a little bit more to that horizontal line, and I'm going to add this fabric tape that I have. It's a blue and white striped, and I'm going to put it across here. Now, the 2 photos that were originally going to be on this layout would have worked beautifully with the sketch. I had 2 4x6 photos, and it was perfect. However, when I moved on to using the ice cream photos, I printed them out at home, and I printed them as a 3x4 size. So I have 4 going across the page instead of 2. So that's going to change up my sketch, but you got to make it work for you. So I don't, the whole point of having a series like Follow a Sketch Friday is to encourage you to scrapbook, right? It's like, if you need an oomph, you need something to give you that little oomph, here's a sketch. You can follow it exactly, or you can make it your own. So I don't want anyone to ever think that just because this is the sketch for the day, oh, I don't have two vertical portrait 4x6 photos, or I only have one vertical and one horizontal, or I only have small photos right now. Like, who cares? Do it. Make it work for you. You could look at the sketch and make it work for you, or you could totally just be like, I don't need that sketch, and do your own thing. It doesn't matter. Sketches are there for a jumping off point. They aren't there to be the end all be all of what your scrapbooking life has to be. So since these photos were printed at home, they're a little bit more touchy than photos that come in from a photo processing place, right? Like, so if I have Shutterfly photos and I know ahead of time that I want them to be 3x4s, I can, put them on a canvas and get them printed as 3x4s. That doesn't happen ever. Let's be honest. Like, I'm never that ahead of the game. When I want smaller photos, I'm printing them at home. And for reals, that's why I got the photo printer for the smaller photos. So anyway, they are a little bit more touchy. So I'm being super careful not to get any kind of adhesive on the front or something like that that will mess it up. Also, on a side note, I never realized this until a couple days ago when I was printing out smaller size photos, but I would always just hit default when I was printing from my phone. Oh my word, you guys, I was so dumb. I changed it out of default and went into the settings, and my prints have been so much better since I changed it out of default and actually print, like, say the right type of paper that's in there, and I want the best photo print. I don't want just normal. It's crazy. Never even knew that those settings were in there, but I found them, so I fixed them. So now we have the photos that are going across the page. We have Alex and Christopher at the Mr. Softy truck, and then we're all in the backyard enjoying our ice cream cones. So sadly, most of us had already licked all the sprinkles off of our ice cream cones by the time I took the photos, but it's fine. This drippy, sprinkly ice cream, I think, is totally fine. So I'm giving that nod to the sketch. I don't have room up there to have some sort of embellishment and then the journaling and little text over it. So what I do is take the tiny word phrases and just put them over the join of the two papers. And I feel like, yes, that's giving a nod to the sketch. And hopefully you can look at this and see where I'm being inspired by the sketch instead of using the sketch as a roadmap for my scrapbook album. So I'm digging out some products, and I've got these chipboard banners from some Vicky Boutin collection. I don't remember which one. It's the one with the bees. I don't remember which one it is. So I put those up there because, again, I'm nodding to that embellishment over there on the upper left-hand corner of the sketch. And then I'm going to add in my thicker word that I ripped in half, but it's easy to put it back together. Sound effects. I wish you could see my hands while I'm talking to you guys because there was motion with that sound effect. So now I've got about, and then I decided to layer on another one of those banners up there, and this time with the gold sparklies. So I'm going to dig into my stash yet again. I need to find some letter stickers because my title is going to be all about a cone because that's what we had. We had twisty cones with sprinkles on top. Some of us had rainbow sprinkles and some of us had chocolate jimmies. Now, what do you guys, I think I've had this conversation before with the YouTube community, but just in our family, we have rainbow sprinkles and we have chocolate jimmies. So it can never be rainbow jimmies and chocolate sprinkles. It is rainbow sprinkles and chocolate jimmies. I don't know why. That's just the way it is in this house. It wasn't like we sat out when we started our family and said, this is what it's going to be. It just happened that way. And yes, they are rainbow sprinkles because one time, this is a more recent Reversky family word. One time we went to San Francisco, and on the ice cream sign on the window, it did not say rainbow sprinkles, it said rainbow sprinkles. So it has been rainbow sprinkles ever since then. Before that, it was rainbow sprinkles and chocolate chimneys, but we've evolved. Our family has evolved, and we are now rainbowing. So you guys saw these same DIY thicker letter stickers a couple days ago, I think, no more than a week or so, where I used white flock, because, you know, now that I've pulled out the flock, I want to flock all the things again. And this time I'm using that hot pink flock. So I just put it down on my mixed media mat. That way I can get the letters good and flocky. And then I'm going to stick them down right on top of the paper. And I wanted it to be a color that would really pop, because that basic gray paper is gorgeous, but it's super colorful, and I need something to stick out. So I figure that hot pink does it. So that is going to do it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for coming back for Follow a Sketch Friday. Make sure you join the Scrapping Reflections Facebook group. The sketch for Follow a Sketch Friday is in the Follow a Sketch Friday album in that group. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys again real soon for another video.